everyone, it's Glenn with ERD, the guy in the video. And as part of our celebrating 30 years in the repair business, we're talking about the technologies that we've seen over the years. So today I'm going to talk about memory, that thing that you have in your cell phone, in your TV, in your washing machine now. A lot of people who have smart refrigerators. I mean, you got RAM everywhere. Well, not that long ago, RAM was an expensive commodity, and it was not in everything. So over the 30 years, we've seen the massive explosion of RAM as a thing in technology. So RAM is as important, or in some ways more important, than processor power. Because what RAM allows you to do is have a lot of software that can do a lot of intricate things and have the ability to store it as it's running. So RAM stands for random access memory. There are two primary types in RAM. You have dynamic RAM and you have static RAM. Static RAM, you put stuff in, as long as power's on, it stays there. Dynamic RAM, you have to keep pulsing it to keep it alive. Back in old school time, before dynamic and static RAM, you had something called bubble RAM. This is bubble RAM, otherwise known as core RAM. So this entire board is built for 4K of storage. Each one of these modules is 1 kilobyte of RAM. And what's inside each one of these modules is a lattice network of wires going up and then across with little donuts, ferrite donuts, across the crossing points. And how you electrically charge and discharge those ferrite cores is how you store memory. So it actually changes the polarity of the charge when it runs, which means if this goes off and it's sitting here and I take it out of the machine, it still stores the last entry that it had. So it makes it very robust. This card right here is from the 70s. This predates ERD, but this is one of the first real mass-produced types of RAM. Now, after that, in the 80s, you started getting dynamic RAM, which you have in PCs, like in the late 80s, early 90s. So this is a 8 megabyte RAM board. These are 1 megabyte individual devices, each one for a bit. So that's why you have 9 of them. You have a parity bit and you have 8-bit addressing. And each one of these is 1 megabyte of bits times 1. So this is a total of 8 megabytes of storage. And this was used in a 386 system with an ISA bus. That's what this is right here. This is an ISA board right here. Now technology started advancing, and instead of all these little individual devices, which let me tell you, I've troubleshot these. It's usually the socket or one of these goes bad and then you're beating your head against the wall trying to fix this board. Very frustrating. They went to SIM modules, which is what current technology is. This is one of the earliest forms. This is a 386 motherboard, and this is one of the earliest forms of SIM sockets for RAM. These are them right here. This is actually 1 megabyte of RAM. And of course, with all this technology changing, things get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until you get like a stick that you guys all use today. This is, I think, a small one. They don't lose their RAM. They don't lose their memory. They just are there. But they are the newest technology, and they owe a lot to the history of all these developments over the years. Now, in the old days, you couldn't have a Windows GUI with this board right here. 4K is not a lot. With this, with 8 meg, you could have MS-DOS shell, which any of you people that are slightly older probably remember MS-DOS. Here, you still couldn't have it. So the modern computer with, a gigabyte of RAM allows you to have the newest Microsoft operating system and all the apps that you want simultaneously running. And the only reason they can run more than one app is because of the amount of RAM that they can shuffle the app in and out of. So really, the technology that we all come to live with and all come to rely on is more based on the development of RAM, size, and speed than almost anything else. So this topic, I hope you learned something from it. We're going to be doing more topics on this channel, on this playlist. Please reach out to us if there's any topics you'd like to hear. And once again, it's been 30 years of fixing products with RAM, one board at a time.